Hello and welcome, gorgeous soul. Welcome to the channel. So in this video, guys, I'm gonna be giving you a review of ZenClenz ONE, the intestinal and the colon cleanse. So I'm gonna share with you what is it, why did it, and obviously my personal experience, so that you can make decision if this ZenClenz is something that you guys want to do yourself. So for those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. My name is Kristina Day, and those of you who have been following me for a while already know that I have been doing colon cleanse for many times. To be precise, I started in 2019 in October, and this colon cleanse with ZenClenz is my 8th cleanse actually that I do. However, the first 7 times I did it with other company. It's called BioClenz, and the purpose is pretty much similar to cleanse your intestinals and colon from the MUCOID plaque, but how they do it is it's quite different. Alright, so in this video I'm gonna share with you my experience with ZenClenz. But if you want to hear more about BioClenz as well, I do have a separate video on BioClenz. I'm gonna link it up here and also in description box below. But let's jump in and talk about ZenClenz. So how I said already, ZenClenz ONE is the intestinal and colon cleanse. So its main purpose is to help clean out your intestinals from the MUCOID plaque, right? And our intestinals and colon is our #1 elimination system, which when we start detoxing, right, this is one of the first steps that we want to do before moving to liver, kidneys, lungs, and so on, right? So the ZenClenz ONE is, because they do have other products, but ZenClenz ONE is specifically for intestinal cleanse. So let's just quickly look, what is in the package. And first of all, I just want to acknowledge the branding. It is so on point. I was actually really impressed with this handy box as well. I just love, nice stuff like this, and it's also magnetic, right? So anyway, once you have the ZenClenz, so it basically comes in this nice box. Can you see it, guys? Yeah. Just some paper, and then you have this box. 3 bottles with enzymes. I just pulled off the label, but there was also a small pack with chewables. So what it is, these are, if I can manage to do this, but these are the liquid enzymes. Here in the box are the powdered enzymes, and here the chewables. It was also type of a kind of stimulant to make you go to the toilet, right? So just to quickly show you what's in the box, obviously it's already empty because I used it, but there was, if I'm not mistaken, 10 sachets, just like this. So it's basically, you take this cleanse, you take this powders almost every hour of the day, and it says like the number of the sachet and the time when you need to take it, all right? And there was like 10 of these, and I must say they are delicious. Like, it's almost, you mix it with water and it's almost you were drinking like a smoothie, and it was so delicious because these enzymes are actually made out of through process of fermentation. They're actually fermenting them in specific, I don't know the proper word, but not boxes, but in a lab, in a quantum compressor, where they are playing like mantras and good frequencies, and that fermentation process goes for over 3 years. So it's definitely really one of a kind cleanse, right? So it's first of all really delicious. Then the liquid enzymes is also something you take during the day, you mix it with water. And the reason I pulled the label off this one is because there's a certain amount that you need to mix with the water, like, oh, this time we're mixing 20 mils, this time 15 mils, this time 30 mils, and it's really handy. You can see it's actually showing you the scale, how much to take it. The bottle is 60 mils. So that's the packaging, obviously, which is really nice. So this is the what, right? This is the intestinal cleanse, colon cleanse to remove the mucoid plaque. If you want guys to learn more about the benefits and the importance of why would you need to remove mucoid plaque out of your intestines, I do highly suggest you go back to one of my first videos that I made, why I did colon cleanse, where I also describe BioCleanse. Again, I'm going to link it up here. But there I go into mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual reasons why would you want to remove mucoid plaque. But in a short nutshell, it is crucial to remove this stuff because mucoid plaque is something that our body creates as a protection mechanism when we consume acidic forming foods. Because our gut system, it is alkaline, it's not acidic, right? So when we consume coffee, oats, when even we have anger and all of those acidic forming frequencies in our intestines, mucoid plaque, our gut is creating mucoid plaque in order to protect itself. And it's just sitting there, sitting and accumulating over the years, layering and layering your colon. And your colon is responsible for absorbing all the beautiful nutrients that you are receiving from food. But if you're, no matter what kind of food, good food you're eating, and no matter how many vitamins you're intaking, if the colon is reabsorbing this mucoid plaque, a home for parasites and toxins, you're not getting any freaking benefit from the food that you're eating, right? And there's also a lot of spiritual reason why it's actually lowering your frequencies with the densities and dead stuff in your colon. So again, just go and watch that video, otherwise it's going to be too long for the review. So now let's talk about the why. And as I mentioned to you guys, this is my 8th colon cleanse, and the reason why I do it continuously, because we continuously want to make our gut and insides more alkaline, right? Because in the when we have alkaline environment, we feel good, we're thriving, and also parasites cannot thrive in alkaline environments. So my first year I did 4 colon cleanses in 1 year, and then it's like more ongoing every 6 months just to keep the maintenance. So my first colon cleanses I was doing with BioCleanse. But it is a little bit different approach, as I said, shared with you. It requires you to fast for longer, and it's different taste. And I was just like, all right, my next 6 months are approaching, and my body was asking for reset. I actually knew about the ZenClenz from December 2020, but I was actually quite doubtful about the effectiveness. Will it work? Why? Because it requires you to only fast for 1 day. So for me, it was like, if yesterday I was eating something, how effective it's going to be in pulling out the mucoid plaque out of my guts, right? So I just kept going with BioCleanse until not last month, but in July this year, I was in Spain at their retreat, and I met someone there, and she shared with me that she was also doing colon cleanses, and she was doing the ZenClenz. So she showed me also her results, and I was like, well, all right, let me try and see how it works for me. This is the reason why I did it, right? Versus why I didn't continue doing with BioCleanse. And actually, I will do, for those of you, because I know many of you want to clean your colon, and many are asking me, well, should I do BioCleanse or ZenClenz? Which one is better? After filming this review video, I'm actually gonna film and record a video BioCleanse versus ZenCleanz, so that you then can make, you know, decision for yourself which one is more suitable for you. But I'm gonna release it in a few days after this video if you're watching it, you know, at the time I'm publishing it. Otherwise, go check out it on my channel. So the thing with ZenClenz, it was not requiring me to fast for 9 days. It was requiring me to only fast for 1 day. And here we guys are going into my experience with ZenClenz. So just to make it simpler, I'm gonna label days, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and day 5. So before you go into day 1, when you're actually consuming the enzymes, they are suggesting, as with any cleanse, to do a little bit preparation and to consume plant-based foods that are also you know, more easier and faster to digest, right? So just to prepare your digestion system, and that it's easier for enzymes to actually be to get to the gut, right? So day 1, which is the day of the cleanse, basically you start at 9 p.m. and you finish at 9 p.m. 9 p.m. you mix 200 ml of water with the sachet of powdered enzymes. You drink it, then in half an hour you drink 200 ml of pure water or ginger tea, then the next hour the same, and they'll send you, you'll have also the schedule when you need to take the chewables, when you need to take the liquid enzymes, but basically the idea is that on day 1 you consume the enzymes, and on day 2 and 3 you don't go back to the solid foods, but you continue with the enzyme-rich diet, which is basically juicing, right? And the MUCOID plaque can start coming out starting on day 2, which is, you know, day 1 after you consume the cleanse, but we'll call it day 2. Some people may start releasing MUCOID plaque on day 1 in the evening. So my experience was that I actually could not manage to drink all 10 powder sachets. So probably around midday, I started feeling so full. I got so bloated, and I literally thought, I'm gonna throw up. And even if it's so tasty, my body was not able to, you know, get it down. So what I did actually, because I also thought, wait a minute, you know, this 10 sachets are designed for any human, and because I'm, you know, quite small frame human, physically it was super challenging for me to consume those 10 packs versus, you know, if somebody who's, you know, a bigger male, for him is the same amount, but his stomach and intestines are larger, right? So I gave myself the permission, all right, you know, Kristina, take a break. So I didn't continue, maybe I skipped at 4 p.m., I skipped at 5 p.m., and then I felt, all right, my digestion feels better. I continued going until 9, and I left with 2 extra sachets, which is fine because I reused them the day after. But during the night, and this might be TMI, and also, by the way, ZenClenz, if you're considering buying and purchasing this cleanse, they do have chat on Telegram where people are sharing their MUCOID plaques and you know, how they're clearing their livers, and there's also somebody who's supporting from the ZenClenz. So I already saw that some people had huge releases, but because it was my 8th cleanse, and you know, with each cleanse, basically the MUCOID plaque is getting more curlier and stinkier because it starts to pull out from the deeper layers, right? We have to understand that if you never cleansed your colon and it accumulated over decades, there's plenty of layers to clean out until you remove it completely. Now, because it was my 8th cleanse, I was like, well, I don't know if something is gonna come out, because it was not that much already towards the 7th cleanse with BioCleanse. However, during the night, I was having trouble sleeping because I felt my stomach was so goggly. Again, it was so bloated, and I had a feeling if I'm gonna fart or something that I'm gonna shit my bed. But I know this is TMI, but this is just, just know that, it might feel that something wants to come out. And mind you, I never had a feeling like this when I would do BioCleanse. So the next morning I was like, well, all right, is it gonna start to come out? And in the morning I woke up, I did a belly massage, and within maybe half an hour I went to the toilet. And now, important part, guys, I am gonna insert some pictures and video of my first release. So this release was on day 2, which is the next day after the cleanse, and it was 7 in the morning. And as you can see by the pictures and video, all of it is very mushy and orangey. So for me, who have done 7 cleanses, I already know what MUCOID plaque is. For me, it felt it's not the MUCOID plaque that came out of me. As on the pictures, you will see that with my chopping stick, not a chopstick, I picked one strand. That's for sure was the MUCOID plaque. But the rest of the stuff, it feels I just pooped out and released out all the enzymes. So I felt, wow, I just, pooped $200. So basically the next 2 days you're supposed to drink juice, and some people were having like 3-4 releases during the day. What I observed in the chat, one guy had 12. I was like, my God, like me, I just released everything that I drank the day before. I just dropped it, and literally for these 2 days I had no movements or anything happening in my intestines. I had no urge to go to the toilet. So at that point I was really quite not impressed with the ZenClenz. So I knew that, and they tell you if you feel good, you can continue doing the juice the next day so that MUCOID plaque can continue to come out. For me, I was like, I feel great. And literally, I felt so energized from the juice, all the, fructose from the juice. However, I felt nothing is happening. So I decided, let me break on day 4 my fast. And I started with watermelon and consumed on day 4 mangoes, watermelon, and so on. And usually, when I will break my fast with after BioCleanse, literally within half an hour, max an hour, that will push all the MUCOID plaque that was pulled out but was still sitting in the colon. It will push out, making me go. In this case, I felt absolutely nothing. And where I was going? Yeah, I felt absolutely nothing. So I was like, all right, the next morning, something needs to come out for sure. So as I was anticipating, on day 5, 8 a.m., I did have huge MUCOID plaque released out of my body. And again, guys, if you don't want to watch, I'm inserting another video and pictures from my second release on day 5.
So, as you can see, guys, this MUCOID plaque is quite thin, but quite sticky and curly because it's coming from really deep layers of the colon and intestines.
Ah, shit. Come on.
It was quite challenging to grab it, to pick it with one hand filming and another one operating the chopsticks. So yeah, here you can see giving you a little bit different angles, so you can pause and look at it. But yeah, it's really representing the shape of the gut.
Interesting.
And also you can see that closer to the end of the mucoid plaque there's a thicker part. That's actually because it's day 5, the digested watermelon and fruits that I had before, which actually pushed out this mucoid plaque, so it's kind of covered in the plaque.
And as you can see, it's quite curly, it's quite thick and kind of rubbery. And this is what similar like what all of my previous releases with BioCleanse were, right? And you can see how different this release was from release number 1. The release number 1 on day 2 was just orangey and mushy, and when I would poke it with the chopstick, it was just like one slime. And for me, it definitely wasn't any plaque. It was just the product because it stuck together. Here you can see it's quite curly, and it's definitely in the shape of the intestines. So overall, you know, I was, well, it's okay, you know, it does the thing that it promised, but I was still not sure if I 100% was sold on this product. And I think for me, and you make your own decision, I'm sharing with you my honest experience. First of all, this is great product. It does what it promises. Again, I don't know what if my experience with not releasing a lot of mucoid plaque has to do with product and compatibility of product with my body, or because it was my 8th cleanse, right? What I do want to say is that when we are removing mucoid plaque out of our body, you know, and doing this 8 times, I definitely can tell you that your desire, what and why and how what you put in your body starts to shift every time, because we have been removing parasites and toxins which are craving usually sweets and have these cravings and emotional eating. We are removing this out of our body. There's a lot of things that are actually happening emotionally and spiritual when we do cleanse and purging like this. So I will tell you for sure, with my 7 cleanses, I've been feeling shift every time, that it's a lot easier to just stay on alkaline vegan diet. However, after doing this cleanse, and again, I don't know if it's because of these are enzymes that are actually affecting you, not just on intestinal level, but they're actually clearing out and kind of digesting the toxin throughout the body. I was really guided after the cleanse to start eating raw vegan, almost fruitarian. And I've been going like this for, let's say, almost 2.5 weeks. I feel incredibly great. My symptoms like bloating or maybe heaviness in intestines have gone completely. So I don't know if it's because the 8th cleanse or because of the enzymes, but I will tell you for sure that after doing this cleanse, it helped me to create such an incredible reset of my body in just one day. 1 day of cleanse. And obviously you have 2 days when you are juicing, but you know that's not the cleanse itself. So in such a summary, the verdict, guys, is that this is my experience. If you want to check this cleanse out, I will link the link. Yeah, I will link the link down below for you to check this out. I am affiliated with them right now because this is a great product and it have helped me enormously, even though, you know, maybe didn't match fully my expectations, but it gave me huge benefits. And also with my link, with the affiliate link, your first order, they will give you a 5% discount, so make sure to use that. In other sense, definitely go check out their website, look through instructions, the manual, look at the mucoid plaque analysis, so that you at least have understanding what may be coming out of you. And I highly recommend also joining a ZenClenz Telegram chat. You're also going to find it through their website, because it has been good preparation, seeing what other people are experiencing. Because yes, as I said, I almost threw up on day one, and I know there were other people who threw up, but it's not because the product is bad. It is just the purging processes are starting and so on, and there's a lot of toxins that start to be stored up in your body. So definitely, if you are considering doing the ZenClenz, either liver cleanse or ZenClenz ONE, join the Telegram chat, because if you will have any questions, you can ask there, and they will support you. And also, my advice is always listen to your body, because if I will not skip those 2 sachets that I did, most probably I will also throw up, right? And what's the point of throwing up and enzymes not even reaching your intestines, but leaving your stomach and going back out? So always honor your body. There's nothing wrong if you're gonna do it not in 1 day, but you're gonna extend it over 2 days. Again, join the Telegram group. And yeah, if you have any questions, please do let me know in the comment section down below. And if you want to hear my comparison of BioCleanse versus ZenClenz, definitely check out the next video on my channel. And I love you so much. Thank you for being and tuning in into this channel, and thank you for cleansing yourself, for taking care of yourself, loving yourself in your physical body. This is super important, guys, that we start cleaning out and removing those old toxic things out of our body, right? And start removing the fact that our body is so clogged up, right? So this is me, ZenClenz ONE, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!